Hello guys, so it's Ojojo here back at it again with another video. As you can see, this video is not about my transition or what's going on. I currently have hit 10 months, January 27th, but I do not want to talk about that right now. I want to talk about energy, you know what I mean? Us being, a lot has changed, a lot is changing right now. And I've been going through a ringer and back, and I'm not really good with change, I'm not gonna lie. But I need change to not change my life, obviously, no pun intended, but I think I just need change to be comfortable with me, because I'm not comfortable with it. So it's like, if you're not used to change, it's going to be very uncomfortable. But I remember when I was in Taekwondo, my instructor told me, if you get used to being uncomfortable, then it will become comfortable. It will be easier to adjust in the uncomfortable when you get used to it. And a lot of people don't like to be uncomfortable, I feel, because they always want to feel comfort. They want to know that, you know, everything's going to be okay. They want to know that it's easy, you know what I mean? Everybody just wants things to be easy, but you realize the more easy you want it, the harder it gets, because it's trying to teach you a lesson of change is okay, because whether you think change is going to be good or bad, it's the way you look at it, your perspective of looking at things. So when your perspective is negative, all you're going to see is negative. When your perspective is positive, all you're going to see around you is positive. Yeah, you might see the negative, but you know what to stay away from because you're so positive. So we are electromagnetic people. So what that means is that we have both sides, where we are physical, but we are spiritual. So it's a very hard concept to come around. But electromagnetic, we get electric from the sun, right? The light. Magnetic means that we are grounded to the earth. So us being both, we are electromagnetic, which means that we're not just physical, but we're spiritual. So whatever is going on physically, we need to nourish our bodies. We need to eat right. We need to constantly make sure we're good. But a lot of people forget about the other half, which is spiritual. We need to feed our soul. We need to give it the right things to function properly. And so when we don't do the other half of things, it becomes like we're off balance. And I've been feeling it for a long time, where I knew, but I wasn't really sure what to do. And I wanted to change, but I wasn't willing to change because I was uncomfortable with giving it a shot or trying something new. And when you finally get over that hump of like, okay, like this is not as bad, or getting like really being able to acknowledge that you are ready to start the next chapter of your life, it becomes easier to understand both sides of electro and magnetic spirituality and physicality. And I think that a lot of people forget about spirituality, especially nowadays, because everybody's just focused on their phones, focused on like things that don't really matter, because at the end of the day, it's not going to feed you. You know what I mean? It's not going to feed you. It's just going to lead you down a low frequency path. And in that whole process, it's not going to benefit you, because then you're going to lose your identity. Your identity is crucial to who you are, obviously, because it shows you your growth patterns. It also shows you what you have done and what you and how you got through it. You know what I mean? And just seeing your change. Identity is change. Individuality is change. So when you start to focus on societalistic terms, you lose that individuality, which makes it hard for you to accept change and accept individuality and identity. You know what I mean? A lot of people have an identity crisis, where like they kind of realize like, oh shoot, I haven't been who I wanted to be, and I'm living a double life, or I'm living a life that's not mine. It's because you focused on the societalistic terms of what they wanted you to be, instead of just being yourself. So I've been realizing that energy is very, very crucial. And I'm very, spiritual. More or less not, I wouldn't say religious, but I'm very spiritual. I am religious as well, but I'm not going to talk about religion, because religion is a freedom of expression, I feel, and a freedom of speech. And I'm not going to get into it because everybody has a different view on religion. But spirituality, we all are spirituality because we all have souls. And it's kind of hard, people think it's seeing to believe, but it's believing to see. So when you believe to see, it's different because now you're believing. So because people don't really know where their soul resides, or they don't know what energy. They don't really know what it is because they can't see it. But if you believe to see, you're believing that you do have an energy. You're believing that you should be positive. You're believing that, there's more to you than just your physicality. And once you finally realize that, then it's easier to nourish your soul and nourish your frequency of who you are. I remember hanging around with really negative, low vibration people, and I was wondering why I was feeling so low. And it was really because I was denying myself of really wanting to believe that this was happening or this was the cause of something. We stay in situations just because we don't want to change. We don't want to realize that they might not be in our lives. We don't want to realize that we have to take certain steps to figure out ourselves. We don't want it to be hard. And so in that step of us, denying things, we're in denial, we forget that we forget about certain things that are causing us to be this way. It's not us wanting to be this way, because if you feel like you need to change, you should just change. But it's the fact that we're in denial of letting things go. And so I was in that situation. I'm like, I didn't want to let my toxic ex go. I didn't want to realize what my mom was doing. I didn't want to realize the people I was hanging out were really not benefiting me. I didn't want to realize that the certain things I was saying and the certain things that I was doing was really leading me down the wrong path. I didn't want to realize that I had to stop smoking weed because I wasn't motivated to do anything. Just a lot of things that, we don't take into consideration, or we don't even want to, because we want it to be easy. We don't want to put any effort. But when you go and you realize that you are energy and you finally start to see yourself changing and you want to be better, you're going to have to put energy into a spiritual being, because what are we? We are energy. So in order to benefit yourself, you're going to have to put positive frequencies into your mind. It's not about your soul too. It's about your mind, your spirit, and you are one. So you have to take care of everything. And if you've missed one aspect, you're going to miss a whole bunch of other aspects because you're not focused on you being one. It's not our brain, our soul, and our spirituality are on all separate fields. They might be, but in order to take care of yourself, you have to treat yourself as one. So it's about doing everything side by side. Consistency that will really change your outlook on everything. And I feel like your outlook is not what is physical. I feel like your outlook is spiritual, because when you look at people and you know that they're bad or good, it's not you knowing that they're bad or good. It's your spirituality knowing. It's your higher power knowing that they're bad or good. You know what I mean? And that's all energy. So I'm realizing that, this world, when your parents tell you as a kid, I don't know, but when your parents tell you as a kid that, stay religious and stay, true to yourself, why they say stay true to yourself is because when you go into this world, a lot of things you are taught to do, right? And you grab and you adapt to certain things that other people do. So as you grab and adapt to what other people do, you lose sight of who you are. So when they say stay true to yourself, it's staying true to your morals. It's staying true to what you believe that's right for yourself. And I feel like a lot of people lose that nowadays because they're trying to be somebody they're not. So it's kind of a battle. It's not a battle with anybody else. It's a battle within yourself, because you're struggling constantly, mind after matter, trying to figure out, how do I do good? How do I change? And it's all about just giving yourself that acceptance and giving yourself that break of being like, I know what I want, and I know that it's time for me to be me. Because when you start living in a whole bunch of lies, you get tied up in low frequencies. That's why if you listen to people, they say don't lie, tell the truth. It's because when you tell lies, you're putting negativity in your life by not being honest with who you are, what you're saying, and what you're doing. So it's gonna lead you down the wrong road if you're lying all the time. But if when you tell the truth, it's going to pick you up, because even though you've done something bad, you're telling the truth about what you did to make you better and to change your mindset. How can you change your mindset if you're lying to yourself? Then you're in denial and you can't change. So it's all about, taking responsibility for your actions, taking responsibility for your mindset, taking responsibility for your soul, taking your mindset. It's all about preparation, and what you want to do with your life. But I really just wanted to say this because I'm getting more spiritual and I'm understanding things. I'm growing every day, but my mind is growing so fast, and I feel like I need to share this information because God tells you not to hide, to share things with the world when it's going to benefit people, and to open your mind to different things. You know what I mean? This world is, we're living in a human experience right now. But when we die, right, it's a life cycle. So when we die, we're not dying. Our souls are still there because we are light. We're energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. So what happens is that when we die, literally, we're just going on to the next form of ourselves. So when we go on to the next form of ourselves, all the things that we learned here are going to be crucial for what happens over there, for your true purpose. That's why, God tells you to be pure. Pure souls are light beings. Light beings are positive. You know what I mean? And that's why, you see somebody and you might not be in a good mood one day, and you realize, you're like, yo, why are they so happy? Like, and you say it in your head, you're like, why are they so happy? I want to be happy. Like, I'm jealous of them. But why be jealous of them when maybe they were supposed to be in your life to show you something? You know what I mean? Everybody's here for a reason. So I used to, get mad and frustrated when I used to see somebody so happy because I wanted to be happy. But it was really that they were a light being, and I was so low that I was getting jealous of them. Jealousy is the worst thing you could possibly have in this world, because you feel controlling of everything. You need control constantly. But in this world, you have no control. And that's one thing that we have to realize. We have no control of what's going to happen day to day. We don't have control of if we're going to be here or if we're not going to be here. What we have control over is our reaction to things, how we react to things, how we talk to people, and our actions. So that whole form of, what is wrong or right is your morals. Everybody has a different version of what is wrong or right, but we have a societalistic version of what is wrong or right, and that kind of confuses people in a way to figure out what they need to be doing with their life, if that makes sense. But I really just wanted to talk about this because I felt like it's so crucial to understand not only your physical, but your spiritual. And I've been getting really into it, and I want to help people. And if you have comments, or if you have concerns about, or if you've been thinking about this, comment down below and text me. Tell me, like, yo, Jay, like, I've been feeling the same way. Or, Jay, like, can you tell me more about this? And I will definitely tell you more about this. And I'll be very patient with you, because patience is how you learn. And patience is how you form your own opinion of what makes sense to you. So, yeah. That's all I wanted to say. If you have any questions, comment down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with people that you think might resonate with it. And have a good, blessed day.